part for me, I think, was the mind games. Because I never had a coach, everyone turns up.
So the first 3 shows that you didn't win, right?
I did win. The biggest names in the fitness industry at the time were probably doing WFF muscle model. The shittiest chest exercise, and they go,
Don't do this in
that
the
is the dumbest shit I've ever fucking done.
5 minutes before stepping on the stage, it's gonna be like bam, 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 and I'm like. So it's gonna be my first show now in 3 weeks, Justin. You've done how many? 8?
No, not 8. I've done Miami Pro, WFF Europeans, WFF Vegas again, Toronto, LA, Dubai. So 7. Yeah.
So what would you say is the hardest part on the prep? Is it like, when it comes close, obviously now, like I'm 3 weeks out, you know, it's like the biggest thing that I struggle with is just getting the energy, get a shit done through the day. You know, it's like, that's just for me, I don't know. What was it for you?
That same thing applies to everyone, right? Because your calories are low and you're trying to burn more, so you're going to be tired. Like everyone suffers that same thing. Although you do see some people go to some extreme lengths to their prep and they're just killing themselves, which is not the right approach to take. Like I've spoken to people before, their coaches will have them doing like 2 hours of cardio, eating 1,000 calories, shit like that. But as long as it's a small, gradual approach, you're only going to suffer to a certain degree. Unless you're like you're not stepping on a bodybuilding stage, so you don't need to be 2% body fat.
Yeah.
The hardest part for me, I think, was the mind games. Because I never had a coach, and I was always prepping myself, it's so easy to second guess yourself. So when you're doing whatever approach you're taking, and then you see someone else is leaner, or they're bigger, or they tell you they're doing something else, you start to question everything you're doing. So then you make silly decisions and you start changing stuff around. So when you have a coach or someone that you can be accountable to, and they just turn around and just say to you, just stick to what you're doing everything right, don't worry about it, blah, 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 then it takes a lot of stress off yourself. And one of the biggest things with prepping for a show is you want to minimize stress as much as possible, because it's going to play so many roles in weight loss. So yeah, that's probably the biggest problem for me.
But that's what I kind of look up, like Wes messes up my head a bit if like I look at someone who's like leaner a bit than me, you know, and I'm like, shit, I'm not doing enough. I'm like, you know, it's like a 3 weeks out, but as I said to you, like some people get ready like 6 weeks before a comp, they're already ready for a stage, you know, and then you're gonna try to do all the hard work to maintain that physique for the next 5 weeks, because I think it's not really necessary.
As I say, people go the wrong way about it, and they're doing all this stuff from 12 weeks out. So yeah, they may be leaner, but they're probably sacrificing muscle mass. But the other thing is, I think the problem a lot of people make nowadays, because competing is so popular, is all they care about is trophies, winning, etc., and all of this. When, I mean,
I love this guy. It's all about the process, you know. It doesn't matter if you win. It's like,
I know that sounds very cliche, and that's what people say, but like when I did my first 3 shows, it was just, I'm gonna step on stage. It will make me train harder, make me tired. I'll learn a lot in the process, and I'll see how I do. And that's all it was. And those are the ones that I enjoyed so much. I probably looked like I was enjoying myself more. I learned the most. I didn't stress as much. And after that, when it became a career, and I was like, I have to do well, or it looks bad upon me, maybe my sponsors will look down on me, or whatever, it became a problem. I was stressing about it, and I didn't enjoy those shows, and often I did a lot worse. So I think you have to, because obviously with these shows, it doesn't really depend on you as an individual. It's a subjective thing. It's not like I score a goal, more goals than you, so I win. There's a couple of judges, and it's their opinion on whether you look better than the next man. So it depends on their opinion, and it depends on the other people that turn up and compete on that day. So you could go on stage in May, and Chris Bumstead stood next to you.
Yeah,
that shouldn't take anything away from how you look and what you've achieved. But unfortunately, that's all people care about these days. It's winning trophies, and that's
it's the process that you gotta enjoy. And what he just said, it just means if I don't win this time, I have to do it again and again and again and again.
I just want to lie on the beach and eat hot dogs. That's all I've ever wanted.
And until I win, you know?
This is unfortunately the problem at the moment, and then people try and fill in their mistakes or make up for lost ground with things like drugs, which is obviously such a popular topic at the moment, and you've got bodybuilders dying left, right, and centre just because all they cared about was winning and pushing themselves with more drugs, doing more extreme things just for a plastic trophy. I mean, for me, that's not really what it's about.
Eat more and train harder. That's what it is, and enjoy the process. Chances for me to win?
Low.
Low.
Very low.
Because?
You look shit.
I look shit because, well, that's the way he coached me.
It will be a reflection on myself. It's very hard to say because, as I was saying earlier, it completely depends on who else turns up.
So the first 3 shows that you didn't win, right?
I did win.
You did. This guy is like, what are chances? Low. So how did?
But my show 8 years ago has no reflection. The standard now is way higher than when I started competing.
And obviously 8 years ago he was the same size as he is now. So, but how did it make you feel like when you won your first show?
Obviously you feel fucking amazing.
Yeah,
because that's all you care about for 12 weeks. Is that song. That's all you're thinking about. So
it's funny because like a couple of my clients ask me like, oh, so you go on the stage. You pause for 30 seconds max. So you prep is like 8 months. So you get on the stage, show your body for 30 seconds, and that's it. It's like the chances you can win or lose is like pretty much 50 to 50, you know? And it's just pathetic, isn't it?
We're not mentally well.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with us to a degree, for sure.
So
that's why you got to weigh up. You got to think about why you're competing. Like, is it worth doing? Because it does affect the rest of your life, you know.
You know how many times I asked that question myself? Is it worth competing in the last?
And you will
in the last 15 days.
I just want to lie on the beach and eat hot dogs. That's all I've ever wanted.
In the last 6 weeks of the prep, when you're really struggling, you're going to be thinking about whether it's worth it a lot. You just got to remember why you started.
But again, I guess when you win the show, that feeling of like winning.
See, this is the problem gone. What did we just say? It's it's your first show. I wasn't even thinking. I was like, if I win, that would be amazing. But
yeah. Well, I think exactly the same. It's like, you know, it is what it is. It's like I'm just gonna do the best what I can. To look, probably I still look for like the best I've ever been, for myself. You know, so you gotta do it for yourself, not for anyone else. You know, so just because somebody thinks of your physique, whatever.
Yeah, I think you're a bit backwards.
That's my only judge here, right here.
No, your only right judge is there. You shouldn't care what I think.
That was hard for me.
Oh, okay. I don't think he's quite handled the sarcasm yet. Still learning. Top 5 is a good target.
Top 5?
I'd be aiming for top 5 for sure.
Well, then we aim for top 5. It is what it is.
Practice your posing a lot. Your posing needs work.
Yeah.
And we need to drop some body fat in the last 3 weeks. Yeah. We definitely need to be leaner.
And that right there is lean in 15.
Get strict 3 weeks. We see how you're weighted on Sunday and then work out how we're going to do the last 3 weeks. As I said, the standard now is way above when I first did Miami Pro.
But is it, like you did 7 shows, is it standard different in each show?
Yeah. So like, I would say, but again, so for me back then, Miami Pro was like the entry show. Just kind of where you started. There was a few similar ones. You got like in the UK, Miami Pro, Pure Elite, maybe PCA. I mean, there's one called like Ultimate Physiques or something. I would have considered them kind of entry level, but now because the standard is so much higher, they're all pretty difficult. So obviously for me, I did Miami Pro as my entry. Standard wasn't that great. Then I went to WBFF. Big step, big jump. So much more difficult, so many more good physiques. Everyone was bigger, everyone was leaner. I originally entered as fitness model, and they told me to go into muscle model. Bearing in mind,
on the day when you got...
I think it might have been on the day or the week before or something.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind I was 22, everyone else was considerably older than me. Actually, no, we had Mike, Obi. Mike's same age as me, I believe. No, he's 1 year older than me. Won that one, then I went to Vegas, which is the World, and obviously the standard for Worlds was then leagues above. All the biggest names in the fitness industry at the time were probably doing WFF muscle model. So it's like Sergi Constant, Jacko de Bruyne, Roger Snipes, AJ Ellison, James Alexander Ellis. So the standard was ridiculous. I was 22, it was like 22, maybe 23. And everyone in there was at least 10 years older than me. Probably on drugs, assisted as well.
But they don't test, right?
No, so none of those shows they test. And these days everyone's taking something. And I got sick, so I was like ecstatic for that. I'd flown to another country. It was my third show. I don't even keep committed for 2 years. So I was very happy.
But you're obviously like a bit less nervous than your first show.
No, I got more nervous. Because it became more like, I need to do well.
More elite, yeah.
Yeah, but maybe not so much with that one. The following one, because I got sick for the last one, I was way younger than everyone. I think there was a little bit of an expectation to do better in the next one. So I was like, right, I've got another year experience. I think there's got maybe a few eyes on me this time, and I flopped the next one.
Yeah, but considering that you didn't have a coach at that time, right?
I've never had a coach,
You never had a coach.
But then I completely flopped the Toronto show. I think I'm missing a show. I think Toronto was the year after, and I flopped that. I came ninth. My peak week was a mess, and I stepped on stage. I looked terrible. Had a shit haircut. Nothing new there.
Yeah,
but
haircut was the biggest break.
Yeah, it was all because of the haircut, for sure.
What Justin told me before, the most shittiest chest exercise is dumbbell flies. Do you agree?
No, that's not the shittiest.
That's not the shittiest.
It's not the shittiest, it's just not the best. There's better alternatives, by far.
Yeah.
The shittiest
As
one,
in because of the tension through the cable?
Yeah. The shittiest chest exercise is this nonsense when people stand, you would have seen every Instagrammer do it. They're stood like this, and they go,
don't do this in
that
the
is the dumbest shit I've ever fucking seen.
Don't do
Apart
that.
from this shit, for rotator cuffs, this is the dumbest shit. At least lie on your back because the gravity's working against you. But
there we go. You learned something at least a thing or two today. We've been out with Justin on a night out. I've never seen him dancing, so.
You've never seen me dance? We've never been on a night out. When have we been on a night out?
Down, mate.
When have we been on a night out? That's a big fat lie, because we've never been on a night out.
Before you moved to Dubai, what was that place in Chelsea? Remember?
Oh, Raffles. No one was dancing.
Yeah.
That's a very poor argument he's got there. Not a single. I will dance if I'm out.
Yeah, dancing. I'm good. Why?
How are you feeling going into the first show?
To be honest, like at this point, I'm not nervous at all. But I know it's just gonna be 2 days out. The day before I'm gonna go get tan. It's just gonna get to the point, like, you know. So that's why I also took a couple days off before,
you got a couple days
kind
off.
of like get in the zone, practice posing as well. But to be honest, like, I know, like, I've done everything that I can.
Yeah.
But probably there's always more to do. But and I'm not nervous and stuff like that at the moment, but I know it will come. Especially like those 5 minutes before stepping on the stage, it's gonna be like bam, 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 and I'm like.
But it's a learning process.
Yeah, as you said, you know, it's like you just go without any expectation. Because
This is the thing, right? You're not going in this with the intention of this being your only show. Like, you're intending to continue competing. So all this is a learning process, education. Because you don't want to just do Miami Pro and then that's it. Your plan, you want to do IFBB, all of that stuff.
also, you want to enjoy life a bit, you know. But
goes without saying. But yeah, so this is obviously you want to learn as much as you can from this experience to then be able to go forward. So even if you come dead last, but you've learned and then the next time you're 10 times better, you've won.
yeah, absolutely. But do you think that would like demotivate me if I would come last?
I don't think it's in your mentality. I think it would make you hungrier to do better
Yeah,
next time.
absolutely. I agree with that. So, as long as there's no expectation from him and from me, like, you know, I know what I need to do. So, we just go in 100% and see how it goes. Nice one. All right, Justin. So, would you say this is like the proper push session for the preparation for the comp?
Well, this is the thing, like your training shouldn't change drastically when you're prepping and when you're not prepping.
Yeah.
I think there's this misunderstanding. I think not so much now as before, but this whole idea that your training will drastically change, you'll start doing crazy high reps, less rest, but like it's just the wrong approach to take. You should just be doing what you did to build the muscle because that's going to be the best thing at maintaining the muscle.
Isn't that the same with nutrition? It's like technically if you're not in a dirty bulk, you know, it's like if you're bulking kind of.
Yeah, well, when it comes to nutrition, same with like adding in cardio and stuff with the training. The key is to make the smallest changes possible, right? Because you want it to be gradual so that you can be consistent with it. Like the mistakes we made at the start where you dropped your calories by 1,000, you're never going to be able to be consistent with that, and then you've got no room to move. So you only want to be dropping your calories marginally as time goes on, so your body continues to adapt. But the training should pretty much stay the same, unless you're adding in cardio and stuff like that. You shouldn't be going from doing heavy weight, lower reps, and then all of a sudden in your prep you're doing crazy high reps. You're probably going to lose more muscle mass.
Pretty much when you're in deficit, you should just try to maintain the strength, isn't it?
Well, that's the key. If you can't get stronger, maintain the strength.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right, Justin. Thanks for filming the video.
It's alright, mate.
Yeah.
I'm expecting YouTube revenue and all of that from this. You'll pay me later.
Like
I'll send you the invoice.
All the subscribers, you know, from your channel. Alright guys, thank you for tuning in for a second episode. If you really enjoyed, leave a comment below, press the like button and subscribe. And I'll see you soon. Ciao.